Hey everyone, it is me, Thacia, with Legacy of Light, also in conjunction with One Love here in Menasha. It's a wellness center I work with. Coming to you for day 3 of my 365 days from my heart to yours. And so this morning, for those of you, I don't know if you watched yesterday or the day before, I've just been dealing with some stuff with a relationship that I had to end. And this morning, I, was on my way to work again, and I picked a card, and it's from the Rainbow Warrior Activation deck, and I just got this recently, well, a couple months ago, but I don't know all the cards, and sometimes I recognize them or whatever, so I just looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's an awesome card. It's beautiful. And I thought, okay, I'll just see what it is later today. And I was very excited when I got home and I read it. It was the Guardian, or the Spirit Guides, the protection, sanctuary, preservation, conservation, salvation, belief. In the real world and all other dimensions, there are many conditions that inspire different forms of guardianship. Peace in the time of confusion, conservation in the time of drought, spirit guides teaching and protecting us on all levels, or forgiveness and mercy when our hearts are breaking. No matter the type of protection, we will traverse both sides of these relationships during our tenure on this planet. That's right, both sides. Is there someone you need to forgive, or is there a voice that you need to share with somebody that may have a jumbled or confused? What beliefs or ideals do you hold on to that no longer serve and support you? Now is the time to take an in-depth look at who and what protects you, and why is your protection of another Now is the time to take an in-depth look at who and what protects you, and why, and is your protection of another enabling them to grow or not? Take this opportunity to share your gratitude with all who champion your well-being. And I do very much believe in spirit guides, and I have several, and I know what they are, and I saw them today almost more than usual. Generally, it's the eagle and the hawk, and they were just, it was either, in animal form or in sculptures or paintings or bumper stickers on cars. And I saw 333, which is a number that the ascended masters, these beings, are with me, and they're protecting me, and they're helping me to maintain my mind, body, and spirit. And I've gotten this card before, and I never really, listened to this one part until I read it today about the forgiveness and mercy when our hearts are breaking. And it just made me think, that while we're working on manifestation, and while we're working on living our lives and having this human experience, that it is okay to grieve. And if we don't grieve, and we don't have these periods of letting these things go and being okay to have these feelings and going through them, being frustrated, being angry, being just sad, is okay to have this grief. And I think for a lot of my life, I didn't want to look at those emotions, because I thought that if I did, or if I allowed them to be what they are, then that would mean that I wasn't a good person for some reason. And I don't think we always have to figure it all out and know everything, but I know now that it's okay to have this grieving process. I was in this relationship. I thought it was going somewhere. I thought, this was somebody who I had gotten engaged to. I thought there was a future. So, you know, it is okay for me to grieve and have this space and be grateful for everything that that relationship brought to me, for everything that that relationship showed me, whether it was a positive or a negative. Like, everybody mirrors us and shows us things, either what we're putting out or maybe hidden things that we don't want to come out, that ultimately you want to face and you want to embrace those things because they are you, they are part of you, and you can never be fully balanced unless you look at these things directly and you love them and you thank them and you grieve them if you're going to let them go, if there's something that no longer serves you. And so today, I was super excited to see all my guides, and I had learned another process through yesterday when I wanted to have a new perspective. I was looking on YouTube and this video came up and it was like, how to manifest anything in 3 seconds. So I'm like, shit, I'll watch it. So I did, but it was what I needed because I made the choice to have this different perspective. The universe is like, okay, here you go. Like, sometimes it's just put in the, any place that we're looking, that we can, help ourselves. So the thing was to have something in your mind, like what you're trying to manifest or what you're trying to work at, and you create this vision of yourself. So, if you need money, she said to jump in the air and have this vision of you holding, this wad of cash, and, or having abundance, and do whatever picture or whatever thing that you're going to think about in your mind and concentrate on when you have these things that come up. So, and when something comes up that is negative, you don't want to think about this, you don't want to have this, you just go, what am I manifesting? And then you think on this thing. So you're changing your whole trajectory. You're changing what you're thinking about. You're changing what you're putting on your attention, because what we have our attention on will be our intention, and that will be what we manifest. So it happened quite a lot. But it was super amazing to watch how the day unfolded. And, as I was doing these things, and then all of a sudden, like, I would see, the eagle, or like, I was thinking positive, trying to, constantly change these old thought patterns and be like, okay. And, mine was for abundance. And it was funny because I had to add positive abundance on it. So I said, I have positive abundance, because in my mind still, like, there was still the negative thing. Well, you can have abundance of anything. Like, it's not just the good stuff. So when we're manifesting or when we're thinking negative, that's what your abundance is in. So when I was doing this, I would say, oh, what am I manifesting? And then I would think, I have positive abundance. So just a little, like, the monkey mind is always working to, almost like a little trickster, to be like, no, are you sure? Because I don't think so. But it takes, awareness to change, and to not get angry with yourself because it doesn't, happen in a split second. But that in that split second, in like 3 seconds, you can change the trajectory. You can change the path of what you're thinking on. And allow yourself to manifest. And she also said, it's going to take time to manifest, because while we're, infinite beings and everything is happening right now, we are having a human experience. And this is a linear experience here. And, not to get all out there on you, but each of us, asked to come here to be who we are in this lifetime because of all of our other experiences, all of our other lifetimes. And it's not all going to be easy, and that's okay, because some of our greatest suffering, some of our greatest evils, so to speak, is going to create our greatest light. You cannot have lightness without darkness. You cannot have the yin without the yang. You cannot have the feminine without the masculine. It is a balance. So what I guess I learned today was just to, be aware of what my thoughts are and change my thought patterns, and also to give myself space to grieve and know that in the grieving process, when you let it be what it is, it doesn't mean this is what you're manifesting more, and you can't. Because if you never look at it and you never allow it to be, it's never going to go away. And these lessons, these things are just going to keep coming back to you over and over and over till you go through whatever process that you need to go through and you say, oh, okay, that's what I was supposed to learn. I was above all else supposed to trust my heart and put myself above every circumstance, above every situation, and be the human that I begged to come here to be, and to do my best in everything I do, and just allow the process of life and living to happen, and happen while it will, and always, always trust in my heart, and, use my voice to speak my truth. And I believe that is something, that everybody needs to honor in themselves in order to have peace and just be okay. So I look forward to spending more days talking with you guys, and just, the best way that I can teach and lead is by example, and to let you know that no matter what happens, that you are all eternally adored. And I want you to really think about that, and maybe look at what adoration means: to be adored. The universe, the everything, the I am, adores each and every one of you at every place that you are, in every space, in every moment. You are loved and adored. Thank you.